The Business and Trade Facilitation Workshop is being held today and tomorrow in Mauritius. It aims to facilitate and promote economic cooperation amongst the Indian Ocean Rim countries. Joining us to give us some insights on this is Ambassador KB Bhagarath, who's the Secretary General of IORA, Indian Ocean Rim Association of the Secretariat there. Ambassador, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to pop along and tell us what's going on there. Clearly, the world seems to be breaking up into these various associations. We have BRICS, of which South Africa is a member. We have others in Asia, others in Europe. As far as the Indian Ocean Rim is concerned, are you managing to pull together a little more closely?
In fact, I'd like to first of all give a historical perspective of the Indian Ocean Rim Association. It was launched in 1997 as a follow-up of a call given by none other than the late Nelson Mandela in 1994 when he felt that there was a need for the Indian Ocean countries to come together for sustainable development, economic development, to have a common program in which all Indian Ocean countries could get together and collaborate. And in 1997, the association was launched in Mauritius with 12 countries. We now have 20 members. Over the years, it has expanded. We also have, very interestingly, dialogue partners which are USA, UK, France, Japan, China, and Egypt. The member states are, of course, starting from South Africa in the Western Indian Ocean. It goes up the coast of Africa and then on to the Gulf, and then the Indian subcontinent, and then Southeast Asia, and ends with Africa on the eastern, with Australia on the eastern side. It's 20 members who are together forming the association. But as your question very usefully poses, it is a challenge that we have, because we have a very varying number of countries which have different economic systems, political systems, social systems, and therefore it is a challenge. But then where the association sees the opportunities are within these challenges, and that's how we've been moving forward over the years.
So it's gathering momentum. Today and tomorrow you are coming together in Mauritius. What exactly is on the agenda? It started with the first IORA Economic and Business Conference, which was held last July in Mauritius, and it was inaugurated by the Prime Minister of Mauritius. The agenda was to try and see how business can bring together our member states. We decided that we would need an agenda in trade in order to move forward, because trade, bringing together business people, seem to be the strongest urge amongst the member states. This conference, which we are having over the next 2 days, will examine and identify the various trade barriers that countries have within the region, and then see how best we can address the challenges that trade barriers bring about, to see how they can be discussed in order to make it as smooth as possible for the member states. Mauritius has got a reputation of being a can-do country, and I guess the fact that you're having the IORA meeting in Mauritius would raise expectations that this won't just be a talk shop. Is there anything on the agenda that you're hoping you can effect in the next few months?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Mauritius has been heading this campaign to bring together the member states of the IORA on a platform where we could discuss issues about bringing about reforms within the trade system so that barriers can be removed. Mauritius has done very well and has set an example to many of the others, and we believe that by sitting together we would be able to cooperate and to learn from each other's experiences to see how best practices can be utilized by many of our member states. As you know, the IORA has 6 LDC states also who are all attending this workshop, and I believe that we would be able to have deliverables at the end of the workshop which we can carry forward to the next level.
Ambassador, clearly the intention here is to grow trade between the 20 members, as you've explained to us. How has the progress been since 1997? What kind of growth rates have you enjoyed?
No, in fact, I must confess that we have had challenges since 1997. In 2011, India took over as chair of the IORA, and India and Australia, which became vice chair in 2011, together decided to completely revitalize the association. They reprioritized it, put maritime safety and security at number 1, and trade and investment at number 2, and fisheries at number 3. Now, these led to a resurgence in the collaboration amongst member states. The leadership provided by India, followed by Australia, which is presently the chair, the dynamism that we have received from the present chair, Ms. Julie Bishop, the Foreign Minister of Australia, has contributed greatly towards bringing together member states in discussing what are the problems which we have in order to improve trade amongst countries. We have identified certain areas, and the first Trade Ministers Conference which we had last year also brought together, we've identified a certain number of problems which we would like to take forward to the next conference, which we hope to have in 2015. I must also mention here that followed by Australia as chair, Indonesia will be the next chair from 2015 to 2017, followed by South Africa from 2017 to 2019, and then we would have the United Arab Emirates coming in in 2019 up to 2021. Now, these are the countries which are going to be the guiding factors of the IORA. So we are looking at a huge quantum jump in the coming years as far as trade is concerned, because Australia, South Africa, Indonesia, and the United Arab Emirates are hugely interested in bringing together the 20 members with trade as one of the main platforms. So we are looking at a huge jump in trade relations between our member states.
An exciting future there for the Indian Ocean Rim Association, and as you heard from Ambassador Bhagirath, many heavyweight countries who are pulling in the same direction. Australia, Indonesia, South Africa as the coming chairs of an association that can grow trade in a way that perhaps has not been fully appreciated by businesses in those countries. He is the Secretary General of the IORA Secretariat.